Hello and welcome to this Sunday evening's That's Wild. Welcome everyone. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't got your Remembering Leopards book yet, why not? And for those of our fans who are in South Africa, I'm going to be in Cape Town, not this week coming, the week afterwards with Margot. There are 2 book launches happening in Cape Town. So if you are in Cape Town and around, please pop in. One will be at Orms in the City Bowl, and then the other is going to be at Benguelu Cove near Hermanus on the wine farm. So beautiful spot. So pop in, you can come chat to me and Margot at the Remembering Leopards book launches in Cape Town. And then for those who are a little bit closer to home, on the 15th, I think, there will be a Remembering Leopards book launch here in Rietspruit. So pop in and come say hi. Hello, Gareth.
Hello, Brent.
How are you today?
Frozen stiff, slightly hungover.
Was it cold out there?
It was freezing. But to be fair, I mean, I definitely came dressed incorrectly for this evening's game drive.
I even went and got my big jacket out of the cupboard today.
I still had my Springbok hiss flowing through my veins. It didn't last very long though, and then I had to put on the jacket. But yeah, it was an amazing afternoon. Spent with the male cheetah with the collar. He's lost his brother for the time being, so we're hoping that...
Whereabouts was he?
On the southern fence line, close to Nyala Route.
He hasn't gone next door again.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about that as well. Hopefully he stays this side of the fence, but we'll be back out there tomorrow morning again. Yeah. See if we can find them.
Wonder what chased them.
I'm convinced.
You said the lions are far away.
Lions are far away. I reckon leopard must have chased them off with a kill. I mean, you can clearly see that he's quite fat and he's eaten, so don't know. That's probably what happened.
So we've got a special guest who's going to be joining us a little bit later in the show. And it's a man who very seldom steps in front of the camera. So this is going to be fun. We're going to put him right in between us. But you're going to have to wait to find out who that is. I'm sure quite a few of you can work it out already. But we're going to be chatting a little bit about what's happening in the future and what's going on with the wild dogs and the different conservation projects we're involved in. But before we get into that, let's go and have a look at some of our highlights. It's been a busy week. On the Rietspruit, some great highlights. I think, yes, Basil and I had 3 of the Pride, and I think we followed. They had 3 unsuccessful hunts.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
and they're still separated, hey?
Oh, they're still separated.
Pride is still separated at the moment. Yeah.
So we had these 3 hunting zebras and hunting inyalas. Your dad was with me while they were hunting inyalas.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
I think he actually told me about that sighting.
Oh, it was a very nice sighting.
Very exciting.
Yeah, so there was everyone was a bit worried. There was this tiny baby inyala, but the lions got unlucky. The monkeys spotted them. Yeah, before they got close to the baby inyala. I think everyone was quite thankful that the baby inyala survived. And then, I can't remember what's next. So after the lions, I think who's the next sighting? I think it could be one of yours, Gareth.
Oh, really?
Oh no, it's me again.
It's you again.
Leopard. The Kudu Crip female.
I still can't believe this sighting. Yeah. This is unbelievable.
So actually the elephants were just there as well.
Wow.
Just to the right of where we were there. The elephants were behind the dam wall feeding. And we were looking for the elephants and we heard the monkeys' alarm calling. And as we came around, I stopped and I checked everywhere. And as I drove there, she saw us and just jumped and went behind the dam wall. So I think we saw her a bit late, so we weren't able to stop at a nice distance. Yeah. So we went and sat with the elephants a bit, and the monkey started alarming again. So I was like, oh, she must be thirsty. And she was. So it was a very nice sighting.
Incredible. The amount of times I've driven up to Lake Dam and spoken about seeing a leopard drinking there, and it's finally happened. I mean, I didn't get to see it.
My first leopard at Leopardam in, how long, 12 years?
Yeah,
10, 12
well, I've
years?
only ever seen a leopard there once, and it was years ago. So that's really, really awesome, and just amazing footage of her drinking.
And it's
out
nice.
in
I
the
mean,
open.
she's starting to get much better during the day, but at night, as you know, she's so great. So I had Basil and I after drive the other day. We had her sawing right next to the car.
Unreal.
On our way home. But yeah. Oh, and then speaking of that,
There she sneaks off.
so to increase our chances of seeing leopards, from Tuesday, we're changing times. So we're going to be out a little bit later. So I actually think now we're going to have a better chance at seeing her. She seems to be a little active, sort of, that really get active on 15 minutes, 20 minutes after we finish drive.
Yeah.
I keep finding her then. So we're going to go out a bit later from now on as the changes, although we've decided to do it and the weather has turned absolutely horrible.
But we'll also be going out early in the mornings as well, which I'm excited
early.
about.
Yes, I mean, it's light by 5 now.
Yeah.
So
And we were close. Yesterday morning, we were so close to the male leopard that we were tracking. So clearly still active in that early first bit of light. So looking forward to getting out a bit earlier and a bit later in the afternoons. Lots more leopards, hopefully.
And then Andrew had a very nice sighting. I know he was very chuffed. He even messaged me about how excited he was.
Oh, wow.
So Mabai has still got her cub, which is
it's growing
great
fast.
news. It is. And hopefully learned a few hard lessons with the other cubs being killed by the lions.
Yeah, we were actually discussing them on drive this afternoon. Michael asked us about them, and I didn't know that you'd had this sighting, Andrew. Absolutely amazing. Was this the sighting when she was at the gate?
At the end of that.
Okay. Yeah, no, amazing to see that cub still doing so well. Very clever mom.
Yeah, I mean, she got 2 to adulthood of her last litter.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that went to Zambia.
Yeah.
And who knows where that little one will end up. Could be Mozambique, could be Zambia, might even be India.
She was, imagine.
Yeah, so
That would be incredible.
quite special that we are involved in that project. And speaking about that, I think, is this? VMP, is that, or we do have one more? Ah, yes. Okay, so this was a great sighting. So I think you found an impala that had just expired.
That's right, yeah.
So the guys went out and put a trail camera up.
Unbelievable.
And we were treated, but I'm not going to say too much more, and have a look now. Isn't that amazing?
Insane footage.
So nice of the lions to come eat right in front of the camera.
Jeez, and to roar like that in front of the camera.
So that was very, very lucky.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get footage like that when we put that camera trap.
No, geez, that's really nice. I mean, we've got some great camera trap footage over the years here, but I think that one's definitely takes the cake.
No, that was incredible. Absolutely
but we'll be
amazing.
chatting more about what's coming up next after the break. Well, welcome back. So we're just going to chat about some of the projects we're involved in and upcoming safaris and all sorts of exciting stuff. We have a bit of a skeleton crew at the moment in camp. Matt is running around with Vincent in Mozambique or Zimbabwe with cheetah stuff. And I think they're in Mozambique now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, in a different area.
Amazing.
And Jana is on leave. And so it's only 3 people in the camp at the moment.
Slim pickings.
Slim pickings.
Looking forward to hearing from Matt when he gets back.
He should be back early next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously there's a lot of work going on with cheetahs, with the cheetah metapopulation initiative. Very exciting stuff happening in the new year. The move of the cheetahs to the Zambezi Delta. They've now found another area that's got a remnant group of cheetahs that are even more. It's very exciting. So the top of Kaboa Bassa Dam.
No way.
Where it sort of comes, the Zambezi River comes from Zimbabwe into Mozambique.
Yeah.
And it's a massive area. It's probably about 500,000 hectares, and they think there's about 7 or 8 cheetahs there that have somehow just survived. And now there's a new conservation initiative there, so they're starting to do anti-poaching. So they're looking to just up the genetics a little bit, bring a few more cheetahs in. So it's big floodplains on, quite similar to sort of Mana-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mana, Lower Zambezi-ish.
So I'd love to go see it.
Yeah. And of course for me, most sites, if we're going there, there's fishing.
Of course there is.
Yeah, fishing right there.
Jeez. That's amazing, eh?
So that's going to be quite exciting.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
And then tomorrow, we're chasing naughty puppies again.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Brent's off to go and try and get a pack of wild dogs back onto a reserve, not too far from where we are here. So I'll be picking up the slack on this end. I'll be doing both drives tomorrow.
Yep.
But yeah, good luck with that. What time are you heading out tomorrow morning?
6:30 in the chopper.
Amazing.
I'm not looking forward to the chopper in this wind tomorrow morning.
That's going to be fun.
Chasing wild. Oh, it's going to be cold as well. No doors on the chopper. Very cold. But yeah, so it's
exciting.
A big pack. Quite a lot of puppies. So I think it's 25 dogs in the pack now.
Amazing.
And they've moved north, and they're actually on a goat and dairy farm.
Oh dear.
And the farmer is not
best pleased.
Not at all. So we will not play some of the voice notes I listened to today. It will offend sensitive ears a lot.
Sure.
But yeah, so that's going on. Of course, very exciting. The genetic testing for potential females for our wild dogs that are here.
Yep.
Happened on Friday or Thursday. And so
it won't be long.
No, we should be getting results by end of this week.
So if we get the results back and the results are all good, how quickly do we then bring them to Boma?
It shouldn't be too bad because it's Limpopo to Limpopo.
Yeah.
We don't have to get permits to take them to another province.
Okay.
So hopefully, if everything goes well, it should be within like 2 or 3 days.
Amazing.
We should get the permits. And then, of course, the whole bonding process, which is going to be...
That fascinates me.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah, so the bonding process is going to be the most interesting. For those who don't know, how you bond a pack of unrelated dogs is you dart all of them, and then you just rub them on each other.
That's just crazy.
And then you wake them up.
I had no idea. It's the first time I heard about it.
So it's quite new. It's quite new. So I've been doing it for about 5 or 6 years now.
Okay.
Previously, I mean, they had to build 2 bomas.
Yeah.
And then, did you have connection lost as well?
No.
That was very strange. So they used to have to build 2 bomas, and then it would take months of just having the dogs close to each other to try to form the bond. And of course, in an ideal world, you could do that, but it would take 9 months, 10 months, and then of course keeping animals in a boma for that long, having to feed them,
costs money.
It costs staff. So this new development has done, and EWT are the ones who pioneered it.
Incredible.
Yeah, so Cole Duplessis and Grant, in particular, they're the ones who sort of pioneered the wild dog thing. So I'll be with Grant tomorrow and Ben.
But it does make perfect sense. I mean, you think about how they operate naturally.
Yeah.
How they rely on being able to, pick up on each other's scent. And it's so important for them, that bond, recognizing that scent. It makes sense when you rub them up against
because these boys are non-stop calling. All game drive, when I'm down this side, all you hear is woo, 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 looking for girlfriends, looking for girlfriends.
Shame. Hopefully it won't be long now. Get them some girlfriends.
Yes. And then we'll keep them in the boma for a bit, probably still a month or 2.
Okay.
So with predators in particular, Cheetahs, not so much. They're not as territorial, but we still do put cheetahs in the bomas rather than hot releases.
Yeah.
Animals like elephants and that are sort of non-territorial. Hot release is fine, but particularly with predators, and we want the dogs to stay around. Obviously, if they move further to the west, it's a bit of a problem. They go into areas where they are in danger. So if we keep them in the boma, they actually the boma becomes sort of the main part of their home range. They sort of come here. I mean, it doesn't work perfectly.
Sure.
So the last pack, I think, stayed for about a month and a half.
It wasn't very long.
And then they're gone. I actually saw one of them at Makanye in the Timbavati.
Oh, wow.
From that original pack.
Incredible.
Nice.
Where in the Timbavati?
Makanye.
Okay, where's that? I
So
know where Makanye is.
south. So if you go the Voca Road.
Okay.
So on the Voca Road.
All right.
So next to Wildlife College and
Yes.
not far from your old stomping grounds.
Correct.
But a little bit further.
Not far from Ngala.
Yeah, a little bit further to the sort of south from Ngala.
Is that close to Sandringham?
Next door.
Okay.
While there's, they traverse that. So it's an incredible area. We actually need to go do a site inspection there because it's a wonderful place for safari. They've got 9,000 hectares and 2 commercial vehicles in the whole area.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Definitely need to go check that out.
and the dogs have been there. They've been there 2 years in a row now, and yeah, it's a wonderful lodge. We definitely have to go have a visit.
Indeed.
And I think for next year, for our wild dog safaris and stuff like that, for those who want to do the conservation safaris, if they do look like they're going to den on Makanye again, it is the lodge we'll probably use for that because they were denning. What is it? It's like 700 meters from the lodge.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and they actually had 2 litters this year. So the beta female had a litter first, and the alpha ignored them till she had her litter, and then she killed all the beta's pups.
Unreal.
And the beta was the one that was actually from the pack that was originally on Rietspruit. So she's quite old now. I mean,
she must be
6. I mean, average age for a wild dog in the wild in Greater Kruger is 5 years. They don't live much beyond 5 years. That's why they have those big litters.
Yeah.
Very, very big litters.
Hard work keeping up with wild dogs, eh?
Yep, especially here. So, I mean, that's why I'd say there's lots of wild dogs to see here, but in terms of following them hunting in this type of terrain is very difficult.
Yeah.
That's why places like Botswana, it's a bit easier to follow them across those floodplains and that.
End up in Mana.
And Mana and Zim.
It's certainly one of my favourite places.
South Luangwa.
Yeah.
Kafuri is also difficult to follow.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in the Myombos there.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then when they do go onto the plains, it's Busanga, so you just get stuck. But there's one place I really want to go follow dogs, and that's Liwa. Liwa Plains in western Zambia. They reintroduced probably 3 years ago now, and they're doing really, really well.
Amazing.
So big open plains, sand. So yes, you can fall in an odd hole, but you can keep up with them at 40 miles an hour while they're dashing across, chasing baby wildebeests and oribis and lechwes. So yeah,
absolutely incredible.
I was looking at some footage from African parks from the dogs there today. And I was like, ooh, that gets me excited. That gets me excited. And of course, it's close to good fishing.
You always have to throw that in there.
Yes, it's on the Zambezi floodplain. There's some incredible little rivers that are very little explored. So tributaries of the Zambezi that actually go into Angola and stuff through there, like Lunga and all those things. It's pretty special.
Amazing.
Special country up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting to hear from Vim what the next plan is.
I did hear something happen now as well.
My thing disconnected, I think. Let me just double check. Vim, are you still there?
Vim's fighting things. I can hear him. He's talking to me.
I can't hear him. My thing decided to stop working.
Is it working now?
There we go. Okay, I'm back on. But Vim, is it time for another break? Sorry, I couldn't hear. Okay, so we're going to go for another little break, and then we're going to have our special guests for tonight. Welcome to the South African bush. My name is Brent Smith. This is a live game drive. Great, isn't it? Lions next to you. Welcome back. It seems like
Hello,
some people
everybody.
are having a bit of an issue with YouTube, so it is not on our side, it is the YouTube side, so you might, I don't know if anyone can hear me if they've lost it, but if you are in contact with anyone who's watching, maybe if you can just tell them to restart their YouTube player or just sort of reboot the YouTube. It's a YouTube problem, so some of you are not experiencing it, some of you are. And that is the reason our guest is late, because he's trying to figure out, he thought it was something on our side, it is not. So where is our guest? Is he coming?
We've got his chair ready.
He's coming. We've even got a chair for him. Now, as I said, and we're actually going to open up the questions
Yes.
a little bit early because of our special guest.
Send those questions now, everybody.
Yes,
Like
for
right
the-
now.
For the special guest.
Hey!
There you go. Vim, on camera. Welcome, Vim.
Welcome.
Donkey.
Okay. So, Vim, now you're going to have to answer some questions.
Okay.
But we'll wait for the questions to come
The
in.
easy ones. I don't want math questions.
No math questions.
What's your most frustrating thing about working behind the scenes?
Most frustrating is the fact that you don't know where the problem is. It's like, you got this big sausage that you're cooking,
Yes.
but you don't know which part is rotten. Sort of got to work through the whole sausage to get it. Find that all part.
And so Vim first explained to me, I was like, Vim, how do we do the live streams? He's like, well, we take a big thing like this, and we've got to put it in a little pipe like that. And then on the other side, it's got to become a big thing again. And that's how he explained the live streaming to me.
Our tech guru.
Officially, we don't have a Starlink.
Oh, what?
We don't know anything about Starlink. Sorry, Kurt.
Yeah.
We can't really speak about that
No
at
idea.
the moment. I see it's doing it on mine as well.
Oh, really?
Seems to be affecting South African side.
South African side. So a lot of people saying, Connie saying, Barbara. Becky wants to know, how many times a day do you say the F word?
Depends. Some days I'm good. And I think I'm much better now than I used to be.
Yeah. So there was a stage where we couldn't get VM expensive mice for his computer because the mice
They just explode.
The mice exploded a few times. So, but he's now got a nice mouse because he hasn't broken a mouse in a while.
I've not hit a peripheral in quite a while.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah. Things are working. The tech is a lot simpler than it was in the early days.
Yeah, and I suppose as long as we all behave ourselves, then the man's calm.
Becky, I will. So those dogs, we're going to put them in a boma to try and get them to stay on site. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do with those dogs tomorrow. Well, we're going to chase some of them back into the reserve, and then we're going to dart the adults and put them in the boma just to keep them sedentary for a little bit till the pups are a bit bigger. Jade says, hi, VM.
How's it?
How's it?
Michael, VM, anything in the works on the technological side that you can discuss at any length?
I mean,
I'm trying to think, what new stuff are we doing at the moment? The one we can't talk about because it's in theory not quite legal. We don't want to get the South African government attacking us on that one.
yes, nothing that stops progress like governments and red tape.
Yeah, that's the other thing, yeah.
We got the AI translator.
Yes. That's, yeah.
We need more power.
We need more power. So VM, so we're working on getting the show, That's Wild, and the live drives into South America at the moment, into Chile, I think, to start, and then possibly Argentina and Brazil. So we were looking at, and they're quite happy with it in English, but they just wanted a live sort of captions, closed captions and YouTube's not quite good enough for a TV quality production. So VM has been building his own AI translator to do it with the open source software and stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff's already done. You just gotta grab it and
figure out how to use it for what we're doing. Yeah. So that's so, and in theory, once it's worked, it doesn't matter if it's Spanish, German, French. You can just whack it through the.
There's groups of languages. Seems like your Germanic languages like English and German is easier. Even Afrikaans is quite easy.
Easier.
Because it's related, and then you go down, it gets harder.
French is going to be the hardest because they're mad with the
but it
male
also,
and female tables and chairs.
It's a popular language. They put a lot of.
I suppose if you think about it, the French is a very widely spoken language, even in Africa.
Jeez, all I can say is I'm glad we've got you, VM, because this is cool.
No, so
how all of this stuff gets put together is quite remarkable.
So I just say, I have no idea. I just say, in VM we trust.
Indeed.
What does that shirt say? Your other one?
I should have worn it.
You should have.
You should have worn that shirt.
Well, you told me to put on pants. I wouldn't even have pants.
Yes.
I saw him putting the pants on earlier. I was wondering what he was doing.
VM's normally in his pajamas.
Yeah, he's got dressed up for you.
Yeah, he's actually put on pants and. So VM is normally in his pajamas with his Wellington, with his gumboots on. Yeah, with his gumboots.
Good.
And yeah, that's how VM
I've got a
runs
question
around.
for you. What's your favorite animal?
Well, I like the mongoose.
Yeah.
And
Because they're badass.
I was just going to say, why is it a mongoose? Because they're badass.
They're like miniature hyenas.
Any particular species of mongoose?
The slenders are cool because they are like leopards. But I think the yellows are the coolest because they're friendly. They come to you and say hello and can beg for food.
Did you see any on your last trip when you were up in Kalikari?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Those ones are so chill. They come sit right on your lap.
That's crazy. It also reminds me of his sighting or experience that he just had up now in Botswana with the meerkat.
Yes, I do love them.
They are special, hey. That is an amazing experience. For those of you who, I don't know if you've seen, Brent was recently on a private safari and they were up in Botswana and he had an experience with his guests where they had these meerkats
sitting on my back while I was trying to photograph.
It's remarkable. So a wild family of meerkats that have become very habituated. There's a lot of research that's done with that particular family. I've had the experience myself. It's amazing. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been up close with meerkats.
Not like meerkats, that. No.
Yes, it's amazing. It's so much fun, so cool. And tell me, when you're out filming, what's your favorite to film? Is it predators? Is it elephants?
Yeah, but
we did a lot of predators in our when we were at combo.
Yeah,
it's nice when you film out there and you know everything is right. The framing is right, the weather is right, the light's right, and then when you watch it afterwards in the editing suite, and it just all comes together. It's almost like a post excitement you get. So you don't really get it while you're filming. You get it after you see the footage. You're like, oh, this just came out so nice.
That's lekker.
Barbara Russell says, Vem, how does it feel to figure out how to break so many advances in the live feeds? When you win, basically.
It's a good feeling, but I promise you, every time I get that feeling, just 10 seconds after a new problem emerges and just calls it all for me. It's like you smash one wall down and then another one shows up.
And Jennifer says, seems like VM is a hot commodity. And Michael, where there's a VM, there's a way. That's the slogan on your shirt, yes. Jade was asking her which mongoose, and she said the yellows. Barbara says the meerkats were amazing, so lucky to have seen them. Yes, Barbara was on safari with us.
Indeed.
Barbara Russell would like to know, where's your favorite place to film?
I'd say I like the arid regions. Like
in the desert, Kalahari.
Yeah, the Kalahari is beautiful. Like the Karoo is a bit pale.
Yeah.
It's a bit but the Kalahari's got that sand, the red sand, the yellow grass coming through, the greens, and then this blue sky coming from there. That's the next level.
And different type of wildlife as well when you get into those sort of areas.
But you get a lot of the same stuff here. Like if you expect won't survive.
Like brown hyenas that Gareth can't see.
Hey, stop it, man.
You don't see the brown hyena.
No.
It comes to my room every night.
What brown hyena do you come into your room every night? Maybe don't tell us.
Yeah. And then another one from Barbara. Which is the favorite part of your job currently?
But things work. It's nice to bring order to chaos, and then to see it there. If you've got all your wires sorted out, you see it's all neat and stuff. Until Matt comes along.
And then plays with your settings.
Yes.
Oh no, I've lost mine.
Falling apart there.
Oh no, the fluff's gone somewhere.
Yeah, to go with the wind.
Check your belly button.
Yeah. Where's the fluff gone?
No, we don't know.
Oh dear.
You could ask the viewers if the wind's too strong now.
Yeah. Don't know, because they're just saying they're struggling to hear you a bit, so I was trying to get the mic out.
Cuddle.
Yeah. So, Viv, I actually want to think, what was your favorite sighting you filmed here on Rietspruit in the early days?
I think the bucket experience.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It was special, that.
Yeah, that was scary.
That's crazy.
Or when the male lion nearly went off the cliff.
That was also, yeah. But
Jakes and I were holding him by the tail, so he didn't go off the cliff into the river.
like with bucket was once you decide to interfere, become responsible. So we had to sit out there all night. We couldn't now leave. Like, oh, now we're tired, we can't leave. Now we.
And she was being difficult, so she could hear the males roaring, and she kept trying to follow them. So she'd try to climb up that steep bank, and I'd sit there going, ow, ow, and then she'd come back down, sit next to the car again, and then go up and down, up and down. Mary wants to know, what goes into putting up a live bush cam? Oof.
Not much. What makes it hard is making it animal proof. And finding spots to put all the equipment that's hidden.
Yeah.
So you tend on making a job which in engineering professional circles won't be considered
Perfect.
because you have to make compromise and make it work in the bush. And things eat it, and we've learned how to make things.
Baboons love to pull on a camera. I mean, the amount of footage we've got of baboons putting their whole mouths over the cameras and stuff. We even had an elephant eat a camera. Crunch it into pieces.
Where was that?
Pridelands.
My goodness.
Young elephant bull. And we learnt then, because they were white. So then we spray painted them, and then they didn't see the white, so then they didn't actually grab them as much.
Amazing.
I think I wonder which one of the more difficult ones. Probably the first hyena dens.
Yeah, hyenas love a
A
camera.
lot of learning to do, but
Yeah.
to do it. I still got those old cameras.
Yeah,
in the box.
and I had broken ankle.
Yeah.
So literally I was sitting on the ground with my crutches while Verm was 10 meters up a tree trying to figure out, and I couldn't really help or do anything. I just sort of sitting there in my cast.
But now, what does it come to today? Like, what do you do to that camera trap to keep it safe now from wildlife?
Hide stuff. Like the camera itself will get eaten by an elephant if it's white, so you got to paint it. The cable's going to get eaten by a porcupine if it's white, no matter what color.
Porcupine and kudu.
So what always
For the
works
copper.
best is to fly the cable through the air. I know it doesn't look good, but the grey cables, they sort of hide themselves, or the black cables.
Yeah.
Feed it through the top of trees.
And what you also don't want to do, you don't want to run your cable straight. Like you would pull it straight so it looks nice. You actually want it to snake a bit because you can't see it. It looks natural.
Yes.
And you got to make sure it's high enough that a giraffe doesn't walk through
that's
it.
another thing. And it's somehow that thing still breaks, and the next thing the old cable's gone. You find it a week later.
And the
A
housing?
kilometer away.
The housing around the camera now?
That doesn't have.
We hide it,
It's just a plastic camera. Those cameras, we consider them
almost disposable,
because they are. The camera's the cheapest part of the
setup. So, and also, one of the bigger problems with the live cams is the power.
That's
It's the biggest problem. Solar panels, now lithium batteries.
They are hella expensive.
Yeah. Mike would like to know, where would you like to put up a cam in the bush next?
I would like to do every single water hole on
Rietspruit. Except Boskam.
Yeah,
Because there was a party and someone went swimming in the water hole in front of the camera.
That could be very interesting.
Yeah.
It's an amazing tracking tool because you can go see the lions with there, leopards you don't even know about on the property.
Yeah,
for sure.
So particularly, I think spots like Kudu Krip and Lemunduring, Lowveld of Beasts.
We need to get cameras up there.
Seskant, we had Seskant for a long time.
Especially for the leopard, for the hyenas.
Yeah. And then, and also we've been looking at newer cameras, sort of PTZs and all sorts of stuff, ones that can be driven. There's another one from Michael here. How much behind the scenes on the technical side is trial and error, and how much is existing know-how? That's a good question.
Let's put it this way: you think you know how, you trial, and then it doesn't work.
And then you got to make another plan.
Yes. I do plan. I said to Brent the other day, I do plan. Rather, afterwards?
Yes.
Because I try things first and it doesn't work, and then I plan how to do it properly. I'll
So-
prepare it myself.
Often, and that's one of the reasons like Criticam is so important, because a lot of stuff gets tested on the camera that's close here, and how to do it and where to put it, and also on the pan cam.
Same with the live drive.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff we tested. There's little drives going out every day. It's testing every day. We're testing new things, new settings. We change little things. Little setting here, little setting there.
Becky Bennett says, when we're going to have one inside a hyena den. We thought about it. We even when they were denning on Leadwood, we were going to put a laparoscope camera, but try like drill. So you obviously have to do it in a den that they're not using and hope that they come to it. But we did. We've got a laparoscope, don't we?
Yeah, so we can do it. It's going to cost some money. So you go out beforehand, look at all the potential den sites, and you pre-rig them.
Yeah.
And hopefully if they come, then you connect everything up.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Especially if they keep birthing something in there.
Yeah, that would be a world first. Forming
Jeez, can you
a
imagine?
hyena birth underground.
Now we just need some hyenas to den here.
Yeah.
Come back.
Jennifer saying, how far from original position has a particular animal carried a camera off? Have we ever lost one completely? We found them in pieces
Not
rather
the cameras, the cables.
than the cables. Yeah,
Some cables has vanished out of trees that I've never seen again.
yeah.
Unreal.
Porcupines.
Kudus?
So porcupines and kudus for copper. They chew to get to the copper, particularly in the Waterberg. So when we had cameras up in the Waterberg for the wild dogs and stuff there, when we were working on the Lapalala wild dog project, they even warned us, like, you can't put copper anywhere. You need to protect it. You need to shield it, because it's a
amazing.
nutrient devoid area. So here the kudus only once, I think. But in the Waterberg, the kudus would like hammer your camera. Smashing them. And then porcupines, they always find a way.
No, what does go?
We had to cover with rocks at Pridelands to stop the porcupines, like boulders over cables.
So now what's funny is lions and day-night sensors. I've had 3 day-night sensors destroyed by lions.
They click.
Nothing else has destroyed a day-night sensor except for lions.
Oh.
Something about them.
But why?
I don't know.
Do they make a noise?
I think they like white things.
Oh, it was painted,
Because
yeah.
they've also pulled, from the giraffe cam, they pulled all the equipment out of the little reservoir, that little broom that's there. They got in there and they just pulled everything off.
No.
Luckily they didn't pull the lithium-ion battery out.
She was young.
Barbara would like to say, when did you get interested in tech, the tech side of things? Or were you one of those kids who took things apart to see how they work?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, your poor parents.
Yeah, I once cut our telephone line and I was in trouble.
Yeah. No, because I mean, you were telling me you were building computers when you were like 12.
Yeah, everything I could get my hands on.
And if you'd been, if VM had been a bit ahead of, or you and your friends, you built a WhatsApp before WhatsApp existed, for you to talk to each other.
Yeah, so while we were in school, we made back then you had internet relay chat.
Yeah.
So we figured out a way to run that on our smartphones, which were back then.
Yeah, not very smart.
No, they were. Yeah, so by using that on Java, all those phones back in those days used Java. So we figured out a way to run it on Java and connect to the relay chat server.
Yeah, which is basically what WhatsApp is now.
Yeah. Not long afterwards, there was a program called Mixit that came out.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
they got quite big, but it was a South African thing, but they missed the mark. They didn't progress like WhatsApp did. But they basically did the exact same thing we did.
So that would be, yeah.
IRC to make it work.
It's unreal.
So Jennifer says, do we have any underwater cameras? Is that possible?
We're testing one. I haven't actually done much with it after.
Oh, we've been busy on other
See
projects.
if it rusted. Water's quite tricky when it comes to tech. I
Yeah.
have enough problems as it is. Now you want to put everything on the water.
So we actually,
Stop making Vim's job harder.
a friend of mine, their family has a camp on an island in Mozambique, and he's a great fisherman, and he was desperate for us to go put a live camera at the gates of Nyaka Island, and I was like saying, it's going to cost a fortune for salt water, wave action. So you got to like drill underwater, bolt a camera onto the rocks, and then make sure your cable doesn't get pulled. But no, so it is possible. It's just very, very expensive and quite difficult to do. Okay, so I think we'll keep Vim for another 2 minutes, but then, so last questions for Vim, because then he's got to go back to direct the show.
Do the ad roll.
Yeah, you got to go do the ad roll then, Nick.
You got to go back to work.
He's got to go back to work. He's had his little his moment in there. So this is your last chance for a few questions for Vim. But obviously, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without Vim. And his tenacity and problem solving is quite incredible, and obviously very, very important in terms of painted dog and the direction we're going to be going forward to in the future. So I'll give you a little hint that from next year and that we're going to be focusing a lot more on live conservation events. So there should be a lot more of them happening more frequently, and that's where we're going to put our efforts and time into. So yeah, very, very exciting. And that is obviously with VM being able to do stuff that no one else, has tried even. They just look at it and go, oh no. Like broadcasting live elephant collarings, everyone be like, no, that's madness. Trying to get signal. Well, that was actually quite a challenging one, the first elephants.
Yeah.
Because remember how far it was?
Yeah.
Where was that?
Northern Timavati, up near the Mbabane boundary.
Okay.
There's no cell phone signal, there's no anything. So we had to get a special link from Letaba, and we mounted the pole on top of Vim's Land Rover, and every time we had to stop, we had to put up the pole and then guess. And we couldn't see Rietspruit. We're too far to see Rietspruit. So we had to, like, with a GPS, figure out where Rietspruit was and point there. And that equipment, according to the guys, the ISPs, the internet service providers, it shouldn't do more than 30 Ks. I think we're pushing 78 Ks.
It's actually amazing that
VM pushed more than double what the equipment was supposed to be able to broadcast.
When was that?
4 years ago now, 3 years ago.
One of our first.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that worked. I don't think it worked.
It's just so cool, though. So cool.
This is another good question from Michael. What aspects of technology does VM think are under or overutilized in conservation? Oh, that's a good one.
I would say is real-time data, but I don't think the tech's there, and I think a lot of people realize this.
Well, that's the stuff we work on with Grant, the SIGFOX system.
If you can have data coming in, not like twice a day, like every 10 minutes, even less, like every second, you can real-time track wildlife, and the models you can start building on where they're going, tracking.
But that's what we're working on with Louis and Grant for next year, the SIGFOX. We're actually looking at getting SIGFOX here.
Awesome.
We should actually cover it. And the nice thing about that is the collars are on those SIGFOX systems are solar panel. They've had one on a dog that's been running for 4 years in Kruger.
Wow.
And at the moment, if you those normal collars that you see on the animals, they've gone up now. They're 46,000 rand a collar.
Yeah. They're not cheap.
The SIGFOX collars are 14.
14 grand?
Yeah. But it has to, obviously you need to have a tower that it can talk to, but there's already a SIGFOX on top of Rietspruit, and we'd probably need just one on Kaya to catch the shadow. And then we could cover this whole area.
Flip, that's exciting.
Yeah. So that's actually something I've been working on quite a lot with Grant and my dad. Mm-hmm. And then we hopefully in Kruger as well. So they've got SIGFOX towers now from Satara to the south. And hopefully, touch wood, I met some guys from the US Embassy, from Homeland Security and stuff like that. And they are looking at funding the whole rest of the Northern Kruger to put those towers up. So that is very, very exciting stuff. Barbara says VM is a national treasure. Becky, thank you for what you do, VM. And Janine, I might have missed it, but how much would a typical camera in the bush setup cost? Well, it's the camera is not the expensive part. Everyone thinks it's the camera. It's actually the solar panels and the lithium batteries.
It's more a wear issue. If it's here in the garden, it's almost nothing. Just plug it in.
Yeah. So, but I mean, what are panels now? We need 2 panels. Panels are about...
Oh, they're dirt cheap now.
I thought they'd gone up now with load shedding.
No.
What size panels?
You need about
100 watts,
No, we now, to the degree, we can use 60 watts.
Okay. So give me a rush. How much is a 60 watt panel?
The problem is 60 watt panels are actually more expensive than bigger panels because of the scale issue. Nobody buys small panels. So you pay about the same for a 60 watt panel what you pay for a 500 watt.
Oh, really? Yeah. So how much for him? Tell me now. I need to work the maths now.
Now you got to do it in dollars.
No, give me in rands and I'll do it into dollars.
I would say like 1,000 rand for if you go clever. If you don't go.
And then it's about 5 grand for a lithium battery.
The lithium batteries are gonna. Yeah, you can use small ones as well. So there's about 2 grand for a lithium battery you use.
Okay, now you made me.
And you gotta get the links. They're about another grand. The cables, labour to dig all the holes.
So we're looking at about, so at pure costs, about $700.
Yeah.
Yeah, at pure cost.
But it also depends. If you want to put one up in Congo, it's going to be a...
Yes, depends where you're going to do it, yes. We are actually looking at putting some up in the Sabi Sands at the moment, and in southern Kenya, in the Magadi region, and in the Okavango.
Where in the Sabi Sand?
Can't tell you yet.
Copy.
Well, I can't tell. I can tell you afterwards. I can't tell you now.
Yeah, I would. That's lekker.
Yeah. And then Betty says, Vim, I just wanted to tell you how impressed I am with all your innovations. We all are, and we do love them, but we're going to let him run away to go do his job.
So it's going to be an ad break, and then we're going to do viewers' photos.
Okay, perfect.
Epic.
Thanks, Vim.
Thanks, Vim.
Yeah.
Good chat.
Thanks, Vim.
Bye, Vim. Oh, what a legend.
Well, anyway, that was fun. We thought it would be a nice fun to get Vim onto the show and chat a little bit about what he does. Because he does an incredible amount behind the scenes. That man is always up to something. But if I'm waiting for him to talk to me in the air, he's ready. We're going to go across to a quick break. We'll see you shortly.
Code red. I repeat, code red. In the breach on the fence line. Section D4. You need extra eyes and more lights immediately. We have the visual. Young male. Need more light. Losing it. We need you here now. We have located the animal. Good job, everybody. Well done, team.
Welcome back. Oh no, I see this hasn't downloaded, but it is busy downloading now. So we have your wonderful photos. Now remember, if you want to get your photos onto That's Wild, you can either pop them onto the app or email them through to us. I don't understand why this is not working. Okay, well, let's start. I'll try to figure out what's going on here. I'll just have to... Oh, a huntsman spider by Julie. Isn't a huntsman... That's quite a dangerous one, if I remember correctly, in Australia. I think it is one of the more... I might be wrong.
Wow, that's
one
a
of the
cool photo.
more venomous spiders in Australia. Australia's got quite a lot of venomous things.
Yeah. Dangerous
yes.
place to live.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly because it's full of Australians.
You're right.
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
Very dangerous, those Aussies. Only joking to our Aussie fans out there. Okay, let's have a look. What's next? Aha, Liz, a giraffe in thorny bush.
Awesome photo.
August
Love the
this
clouds.
year. Yeah. Nice to see him sitting out in the open like that. Actually,
beautiful.
I know exactly where that is. I'm pretty sure. Down south. That's
Amazing
one of their
photo.
favorites, the big open areas with the quarries. Ah, beautiful.
Very,
Very nice. Giraffe are always lovely, lovely to spend time with. Okay. Oh,
Aha, you see now. That is an
Daniel.
incredible photograph of a leopard.
Bison. I have seen that male leopard.
I have not.
Bison in thorny bush.
Gee,
He's one of the young
that's
boys.
A great shot, eh?
It's getting big.
Full stride there.
Yeah. Nice angle. Very nicely done there.
Daniel?
Daniel.
Squinting at the screen.
Yeah, I know. So I'm supposed to have it on here, but it's not working on here for some reason. But anyway, next up we have Vim.
Vim's
Among Us.
favourite. A mongoose.
From Deneen.
From Deneen.
Charles's mom.
That's an awesome photo.
Where was that? Was that at Wildlife Estate? I have seen them in Wildlife
Banded
Estate.
mongoose.
Banded mongoose.
Yes, they are characters.
Yeah. We used to get them come, when I lived in Wildlife Estate, they used to come running through and make Chloe go mad.
I love the sounds they
Yeah.
make. They are so cool.
Yeah. Okay, I'm giving up on that. It's not working. And we've got
Not
the last
working.
one.
Yes, give us more.
Oh,
Is
that a
Is
monitor
that a
lizard?
triagama?
Oh, look, it's monitor lizard.
Oh, it is a monitor lizard.
Yeah. On a Kruger waterhole.
Yes.
Is that Sunset?
Sunset Dam.
Sunset Dam. Where's
Yes,
Sunset
that is a
Dam?
good spot. I'm pretty sure that's
Is that south? There's Kakuza.
Sunset Dam. I can't remember. Is it not
Sunset
up in the
Dam.
Mompani? Up
Maybe.
near Letaba?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where Sunset Dam is.
Jeez, I need to get some glasses.
Yeah.
My goodness. You see me squinting at the screen there
Yeah.
again.
Sunset Dam, Kruger.
That's a
where
very
is
cool
it?
shot.
That's
Reminds
a
me of
beautiful
a
shot.
sighting I had in the Kruger Park years ago with my dad of a martial eagle literally riding on a monitor lizard like that across one of the tar roads near one of the water holes in the park. Monitor lizard was still alive, and yeah, this martial eagle was literally just busy working its talons into its back while this monitor lizard was busy crossing the road. Unbelievable sight.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing.
Where is it? I shall tell you now. It was going to drive me mad.
What, Sunset Dam?
Yeah. Sunset Dam
I don't know.
on the Sabi. Oh, it's literally the dam right next to Low Sabi.
Aha.
Aha.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Low
down
Sabi.
south. Okay.
Amazing.
There we go. Sorry.
Very cool.
Otherwise, I was not going to be able to go to bed tonight
No,
without
sure.
knowing exactly where that was.
Thanks for sending your photos in,
Yes.
everybody.
Yeah, really,
very,
really
very
good.
cool. We love them. Please keep sending them. It's really cool to see your guys' stuff.
And we do apologize. As I said, we've gone through everything. It is definitely YouTube that's having a bit of a glitch on certain things. So we do apologize. I'm pretty sure the guys will pop up a version tomorrow or even straight afterwards that you might be able to. We'll re-upload the whole show so you didn't miss anything, and all the wonderful bites of wisdom from Uncle VM.
VM, you do know you're coming back to the show.
Yeah,
by
we're
the
gonna
way.
have to bring you back.
You've now set a precedent.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to do regular visits.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
He says he's going to have a look at his contract.
Vim, you don't have a contract.
Oh,
But anyway, on that note, it's been absolutely wonderful spending our Sunday evening with all of you. And yeah, we can't wait to do it again next week. I'm not even sure. I'm away, so you're here next week.
I'm on next week.
Yeah, so for those who are in Cape Town, remember to come visit us for the Remembering Leopards book launches. And then for those in Rietspruit area, on the following week for the Remembering Leopards book launch in Rietspruit. Very exciting times. But on that note, it's time for us to love you and leave you, and we'll see you soon.
Goodbye, everybody.